It's a new week, I've just shaved my face, and it's time for another studio vlog. First of all, a big thank you if you watched my last studio vlog, my first studio vlog, in fact. There might be a link on screen somewhere to it. If you haven't seen it, there might not be. Either way, it exists. I will apologise now, though, that video was a lot longer than I anticipated. In my head, I was like 10 minutes max. 10 to 12, maybe 14, why not? And it was, when I put the footage together, it was like 27, and I was like, oh no. So this week there's a few things I need to get sorted out, but nothing too intensive. My number one priority is to finish the washi tapes and get them sent off. I should have done it the weekend, but I needed the weekend to just recharge. I didn't do anything really art related. It was mostly just R&R, you know? Anyway, brevity is the key word of this studio vlog, so we're going to crack on. I'm going to put some time-lapsey kind of stuff in next, and we'll see where we end up. Okay, so I've been playing around with this. This is basically one of my business cards that I send out for the mailing list that I've got. And this is the size I want for the backing card. This pin is slightly smaller than the pins I'm doing for my Kickstarter, slightly smaller. So I think this is a good size for it. And in the cello bag, I've taken one of my A7 cello bags and sort of like cut it around. You see, I'll sort of cut the sides down, cut the bottom down to match the size of a cello bag that I've ordered. Like I played around with some different sizes and then landed on this one. And I think this is the direction I'm going to go. So I've ordered the cello bags already. I still need to design 2 versions of the card. And then that's that, pretty much. This is what I'm thinking for the backing card. Actually, fun fact, this illustration of Mothman is what I did at the very start of the project. When I was trying to figure out if I wanted to make pins or not. And I was like, can this be a pin? And then I changed the artwork to be more pin-like. So this is going to be a sticker that I think goes with every order. Probably. No one's seen this before. This is like complete secret, so you are the first, kinda. But this is what I'm thinking for the backing card. So the idea is that Mothman is in a forest. Let's hide that as well. So Mothman's just in a little forest clearing. There'll be a little tree stump that he's hanging out on. I'll do something kind of cool with the typography, maybe. But I definitely want this to be like specifically for Mothman. Let's pop him back. So basically this will be the card, and then on the artwork I'll put like a little dot where I want the pin to go through, so if they all look the same, and then Mothman will sit on there. And I'll do something similar for Jackalope, but probably less like closed in and woodsy. For me, it makes more sense to have Mothman be tucked away because he's more introverted than Jackalope is. Mothman puts on like a lot of bravado about being like, oh, I'm sports and I'm this, I'm that. But I think, you know, when he's not with his friends, he's less like that when he thinks people aren't looking. So I want him to be sort of tucked away, having some like self-reflection time in the forest. And we'll figure out where Jackalope's going to hang out later. It is Wednesday evening, and I've not been too productive this week, and I feel kind of bad about it, to be honest. Work today was like super busy, and I've been tired. I've been tired like all day. Last night I had a nap like after dinner, and I slept until basically midnight, so I didn't really get much sleep after that. So I've just been tired for like the whole day, and coffee wasn't doing the trick. And then I had like a busy day on top of it, so I've just not been able to like carve out time to like do art stuff. Like even on my lunch break, where I would normally spend time doing art stuff, I wasn't able to do that today because I just wanted to lie down. So I just like okay. And then had like a shower. So I didn't have time to shower this morning either. So I just feel like today's been a write-off, and I'm being really hard on myself because I feel like I'm like failing today because I still haven't finished the washi tape, and it's Wednesday, and I wanted it finished by like last Wednesday, last week. So I wanted this done a week ago, but I still haven't finished it. and that's gonna push back my actual merch drop that's supposed to be happening in like 2 weeks. So I just feel like a bit of a flop, which kind of sucks. But we are not going to dwell on that because some good things have happened this week. From a packaging side of things, I bought a new label printer. I got this bad boy. This is a how do you say this? Moonbeam. I don't know how to say this. It's this, and this is a label printer that prints 6x4 labels, so this size, which is like actual address label size. So I can now have these printed, ready to stick onto packages, which is just like chef's kiss. I also got, so I showed this earlier, this is the a mock-up of what the backing card's going to look like. And today, actually, I got the actual cello bags. So I now have a bunch of bags that are this size, this sort of small size. I've got 100, which is more than enough. And they fit these perfectly. So it look like this, all stuck down, and this is what I'm after. So very happy with this. Very happy with this. It might be it's a tiny bit wide on the sides, but I'm not going to be mad about a couple millimeters on the side, you know. So we're fine. We're fine with this. And finally today, I started doing some sketches for a future project, a potential future project. Sorry. I like the idea of having like a gacha machine, like little gashapon machines, where you put the token in, you turn the handle, and then like a little capsule comes down, and inside is like a mystery sort of gift. I like the idea of doing that. Okay, and I had the idea of doing like a series of mini pins, which were all like Halloween themed, possibly in time for like this year, maybe, we'll see. But I like the idea of having a series of like 6 or 8 Halloween themed pins, and offering them as a blind bag, so like a bag, you know, the way you like tear the top off and what's inside sort of thing, but also if I'm at conventions, having it as like a cronk like machine. And that machine could also be used either on stream or on, like, if I start streaming on TikTok, for example, like packing orders. I like the idea of doing that. It can be done on there as well, because I feel like the experience. What I want to do is sell the experience. Okay, so like I said in the last video, a lot of the stuff about my packaging is providing a good experience to the person who's receiving the package, right? So I feel that a blind bag, where you have the bag and you open it and you can look at the bag and there's like, oh, here's what's inside and here's what's, you know, whatever. And then like, oh, what's, you know, feeding the bag and trying to guess what's inside the bag based on what you can feel through the bag kind of thing. I think that experience is very good for a, like, just you've opened this package, you've got this thing out, and that's the experience that fits that setting. Whereas a gashapon, where everything's in capsules, is more tactile and more interactive and more sort of like a group excitement hype event kind of thing, which would work better at a convention setting or like live, for example. So even if it was on like in my head, I'm like, right, if this was on TikTok live, how would it work? And it'll be, you know, oh, we've got this order, you've received this, it'll be shipped over to you now, then that gets packaged away. They would still be on little backing cards like this, so it would be, you know, this would then be inside a blind bag, or if it was in a gashapon, if it was in a capsule, then when I packaged it up to send it, I would then pop it in here. I'll pop it on a card and then sort of send it off kind of thing. And I like that idea. So I've got a bunch of sketches, and these are Halloween themed sketches. There's a lot of just like really simple sketches, from like pumpkins to like vampires. I like the idea of having like a mummy pin and then a daddy pin. I think that's kind of funny. To me, that's funny. And what I'm probably going to do is work on illustrations for this, and then contact if the pins that come through from the Kickstarter look good and I'm happy with the manufacturer, I will message the manufacturer and say, hey, can I have a quote for this, and get a series of these mini pins. So that's my vague plan, but what do you think? Do you think that's like a fun little thing? This is the line art so far for the backing card for Mothman. When the flare is on and when Mothman is there, it will cover up this line over here that is a little bit askew. That trunk's going the wrong way, but when the flare is over it, you can't tell. It's all right. So when we throw the extra overlays on and we throw sort of Mothman in, it's going to look kind of like this.
Right, it is Thursday. I'm going live on Twitch in about half an hour. So I was sitting on my desk today, and in between tasks, I was like daydreaming and thinking about this like micro pin concept, and I think I've come up with a theme that's going to be like pretty sick. I'm thinking of potion bowls, right? This is all still like super conceptual, by the way. Like, I need to make sure that the pins that come through from this from the Kickstarter look good. I need to make sure that I'm happy with how they are, and that's not just like visually. I need to make sure that when they come in, I'll be grading them. A grades are perfect pins. They are. There's no flaws, no blemishes, no nothing. B grades, there's like minor things wrong. Like maybe there's like the tiniest little like air bubble in the enamel, which can happen, especially when you've got loads of little fine details. So teeny tiny little issues like that, like small things. So those are B grades, and I will sell those as B grades at a discount, or I'll put them into like goodie bag type things when it comes to convention time, like a discounted sort of bag type thing. And C grade pins are pins with major flaws, like big old smudges on the screen prints, or like air bubbles that are like, what? And I'm going to be super strict on that, because I care too much about this project to even contemplate giving out a substandard product. The end. So if the pins come through and I'm super happy with them, then I will be asking for quotes for mini pins, right? And when I say mini pins, I'm thinking around between 20 and 30 millimeters, so about 3/4 of an inch, maybe to 1.25 inches, that sort of ballpark, right? So pretty small, not tiny, but like pretty small. A theme of potions, I think, is kind of sexy. It already fits in with what I'm doing with merch at the minute, and I don't think that it's not time sensitive. The idea I was playing around with yesterday was Halloween theme, right? But that is kind of limited to, I'd say, September to like November 1st, and then it's Christmas, right? Whereas the like a potion pin is universal. So I'm thinking potions, and I like the idea of having between 6 and 9 potion bottles and in the set. And then they being mounted on cards which have the potion effect on them, so you can like see, oh my god, this is this, whatever. And it's like you were getting a potion from a vendor, which I quite like the idea of. But anyway, that's where my head's at right now. What do you think? Do you think that's like do we stand that idea? Do we not? What's the vibe? Let me know. I'm gonna go. I've got like food in the oven that's probably burning, so I'm gonna go eat that, stream, watch Survivor with the community, and then go the fuck to sleep. So I'll see you tomorrow.
This is the backing card all done now, the artwork at least, with the white overlay. It looks like this. So it's going to look kind of like this, but with text, and I think that's kind of cute. I think that's really cute. So I'm going to take this into Illustrator and then add the overlays, and then we'll see what it looks like. Yeah! And this is where we're at. This is the card with the overlays on. When the pin is on, it will look something kind of like this. The pin might sit a little lower, actually. But I've put a little dot in the middle. Boop. So I know that is where I should be aiming to stabby the pins, so they're consistent. And if the pin does sit a tiny bit lower than this, let's say it sits like here, I'm okay with that. It will look like it's sitting on the log, so that's fine. So I'm very happy with this. I'm going to quickly print one off and see how it looks before I send it off to an actual printer. I'll probably do that at the end of next week, maybe the week after. But yes, I'm very happy with this. Very, very happy with this. Yeah! And this is basically what it will look like when it's done. I'm not going to secure the flap down, so I've only got 100 bags, and I need all 100. But but yeah, this is what it'll look like. How cool is it? This is pretty sick. This is pretty sick. I'm getting excited. This is going to be good. The only downside is the little stars I put in the background. Only one like comes through, but whatever. So the print quality is just like a basic print, like basic quality print on my home printer. I might bring the Mothman down a little bit, but other than that, I think this is pretty sexy. I'm excited. But that is where we're going to end for this week. Overall, I am super happy with where this is sitting right now.
I think when it's all like properly printed, this is going to look super good. Next week, my plan is to finish off the Mothman print, make a lot of progress on the Jackalope print, maybe sketch up the Jackalope backing card, and work on a secret sticker for Mothman. I think it's doable, but I don't know what's going to spring up. You never know what's going to spring up during the week. So fingers crossed, and I'll see you next week. And of course, if you like what you saw here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, except you know the drill. You've been on YouTube before, come on now. I'll see you later. Goodbye.